Hi everybody, welcome back to another lesson in my Czerny's Opus 599 for solo learners. In this video we're going to learn exercise number 34. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so, and if you like what you see, give this video a thumbs up. Also, I offer online piano lessons. If you're looking for one, there's going to be information below. And if you'd like to get this very special edition of Czerny's Opus 599 specifically for solo learners, links are going to be below too. So number 34, as you could hear in the introduction, is really working on thirds and sixes in legato and staccato as well. And the left hand is really just providing a broken chord accompaniment. So most of the work again is in the right hand. The fingering is, as always, suggestion only. So anything that works for you is allowed and is okay. The one in the book is giving you a little bit of challenge. It has quite a few changes and it allows you to do those half legatos. Now when it comes to the sixes, the legato six, make sure you pick something that allows you to move at least half legato or even full legato if your hands allow you to. So let's have a look at the first section, which is until the repeat sign, so the first 8 bars. We are in 6/8, so 6/8 note beats in every bar. Now what we know about 6/8 is it's duple time, so it needs to feel like it's in 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the 1 and the 4 is getting a stronger accent. That's how we feel the two groups of threes. Each eighth note is going to get 1 beat in your counting, and the quarter notes or crotchets are going to get 2 beats. We are in C major, so no sharps and no flats, and let's have a look at the left hand first. Every time you have broken chord accompaniment, it's always good to play it first blocked, which means that you play the 3 notes together that you have in that bar, so you know where the hand is positioned and what finger numbers you're using. So the first chord in bar 1 is going to be a C major chord, C, E, G, so middle C, an octave down in the bass clef, 1, 3, 5 or 1, 2, 4, whichever is more comfortable. The second bar is the same, and the third bar goes to a G chord, B, D, G, 1, 3, 5, and then bar 4 goes back to C. Bar 5 is C again, bar 6 is C, and then we have an inverted G chord, D, G, B, 1, 2, 5, D, A, C, a D7 chord, and G major, so we end up on a G major chord. And that's basically, you've got 2 or 3 chords all together in the first section. Now when you add the broken chord pattern, it's a very simple pattern, goes from bottom to top. Make sure the hand is nicely rounded, the wrist is very soft, and you have a little bit of rocking rotational motion when you go from bottom to the top. So don't keep your hands very stiff and play just from the fingers. Allow the hand to move with the melody. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. B, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. C, 2, 3. Bar 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. D, G, B, D, A, C, and G major. And there we are. So the biggest challenge of the left hand is to keep it very even, both rhythmically and also sound-wise. So don't let any notes stick out too much, and keeping it very, very smooth and legato all the way through. Be careful not to hold any of the notes, so don't play it in a sustained manner. As soon as you move to the next note, release the previous one. Keep this nice rounded shape. Obviously the faster you move, the less motion you need in the hand, but if you go slowly, allow the hand to move nicely with the notes. The right hand is very tricky, so the first bar starts on E and G, 1, 2, and then moves to E and C. Now how can you do this legato? Because you have to restride the E. So what we're going to do is 1, 2, and then lift up the 1 and 1, 5. So 1, 2, lift up the 1 and 1, 5. And this way you can do a half legato. So although one note is going to stay down, you can actually connect it by lifting up the 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, hold down the 1, lift up the 3, and put 2, 4 on the EG. and then 3, 5, 4, 5, lift up the 3 and connect. So this is called half legato, when you hold one finger down and you try to connect to the next chord as best as you can, even though some of the notes are repeated. If you find it extremely difficult in the beginning, you can just try to move the hand and keeping the notes as sustained as you can, so something like this. I'm not doing half legato, but I'm trying to hold or sustain the notes as long as I can to create the illusion of a legato, but it's not really legato if you're lifting up both fingers. So let's go on from bar 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bar 5, same again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, quite a difficult passage there. So for the AC, you can either use 1, 4, 2, 5, 1, 4, 1, 3, or you could use 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 4, 1, 3. That's slightly easier for smaller hands, so you've got some options there. Let's put it together, so making sure the right hand is lifting between those very short slurs, but the left hand is staying connected. Again, right hand has the melody, so of course you want to make the right hand louder and keeping that left hand accompaniment very quiet in the background. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. New phrase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Changing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's the first section. Second section from bar 9 until the end. Now let's go left hand again. I'm not going to play it blocked out, just the broken chord, but again you can practice it as blocked chords. So G, D, F, a G7 chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. C major, G, C, E. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. G7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 5 on the C, C major. Now F major, C, F, A, C, F, A, C major. Inverted C major, G, C, E, G, D, F. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we finish on these staccato thirds. So same idea as the first one, but slightly different chords. Right hand is going to be a bit harder. So again, we start here on the D, F, 1, 5. And if you want a very difficult fingering, you could try 2, 5, 1, 4, 1, 3. So we have descending sixes, but the easier one would be 1, 5, 1, 4, 1, 3. So again, 1, 5, lift up the 1, hold down the 5, connect to 1, 4, lift up the 1, connect to 1, 3, and 3 staccatos. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now beautiful ascending and descending scale in thirds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. E.g. 1, 2, 3. DF 3, 5, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Repeated Cs again, just alternate the finger numbers to make it more elegant. Hands together very slowly. So again, focusing on this legato, descending and ascending thirds and sixes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, major, C major, G7, and finishing on the C. So a beautiful exercise with lots of musicality in it. It is very difficult because of the legato-ness of the thirds and sixths. If you ignore the legatos, it's not quite so difficult, but getting those right, especially the half legatos, will require a lot of practice and very focused practice. So not just playing through many times, and of course go very, very slowly at the start to be able to concentrate on these small details when moving from one chord to the next one.